Rather than seriously make people use English in here simply because it's the most known.
I've spoken other languages all the time.
What languages do you know? You sound almost pretty fluent in English.
I am fluent in English. I'm from America. French. French is the only language. It's because I'm studying French. I want to have Dutch and Spanish as well, and German. I can speak a little bit of Dutch and Spanish and German, but not much. And then like my French is like, I struggle when it comes down to like how people talk in French is not how it would be in English. So when I talk, I don't necessarily make sense, but people understand me because the words make sense, but it's just not how it would be said, if that makes sense.
This one's fun. Like, here's some really advanced Dutch.
Yeah, so, new. Yeah, the way. What the fuck am I reading?
Yeah. Honestly, sometimes the French people doesn't like speak with another language. Maybe it would be like that. It doesn't like to speak with you with English. You got me.
I mean, coming across this, well, it doesn't happen often, but I can really relate because we want to give out a reaction, like, oh, like we're impressed, or like this, hold on, or we don't believe you, but we don't want to specifically say it. So we have these, like, we repeat these words, but in a different way.
But yeah, Dutch is complicated. The only reason I would not actually learn it is put in FEM Belgique.
I mean, I do agree. Like, when I had my central or like my final exams, I scored a 5.5 on Dutch, which was the minimum required to pass.
I've never scored the minimum on a final, but my final grade different.
And then for English, I scored like an 8. But the thing is, the requirements or like the level for English is obviously much lower than the level of Dutch we had to do the exam in.
I'm curious. Have you ever been to Belgique, Belgium?
A what?
Have you ever been to Belgium?
To Belgium? I believe once. But that was for like a single day.
Oh.
But I don't even remember exactly where I went.
So you couldn't know like how it was?
I mean, the roads were awful.
oh god. Good thing I won't be driving.
I mean, public transport in the Netherlands is amazing if it works. Because Monday did it.
I just have one question.
I'm trying to save up $16,000 to go to Belgium to study for a year. Take a gap year when I graduate.
I mean, in the Netherlands, good luck with finding housing for your study. In Belgium, I have no idea.
Yeah, I don't know Dutch, that's the thing. I know French, and the part of Belgium that I would be going to is the French-speaking part.
I mean, a lot of people, like more than 90%, know English. Maybe not as great as you would expect, but they at least know or understand it.
In the Netherlands or in Belgium?
Netherlands.
Okay, yeah. Belgium, no. I've spoken to quite a few Belgian people, and only one of them knew English. God, it was bad.
I mean, I didn't know a Belgian guy who knows English as well, but he was very engaged with an English community, and that's why.
Yeah, no, like they're like French.
But he's from the
like,
Dutch part.
Yeah.
Or more like Vlaams.
The only other person from Belgium that like spoke English was her twin brother. So, and his English was not that good. He would like walk up to me and then we would start talking in English, and then we would just start talking in French and then go back to English. Kind of like how if you ever heard a Spanish person, like people call people who talk in Spanish and English, they call that Spanglish, simply because like they do it a lot. Spanish people will just go back and forth a lot.
Wow. No, in Dutch, a lot of people are either Dutch or speaking either Dutch or English.
They're able to decide what they want to speak. They don't hop back and forth.
The only reason we will speak Dutch while speaking English is when we don't know the word in English.
Yeah.
So we either use a Dutch word or try to describe the word.
That's what she always did. She always, like, if she didn't know the word, she would tell me the word in French, and then I'd be like, okay, I don't know. And then she would then describe the word. I'm like, okay, you gotta be a little bit more descriptive than big. It's like,
What I often use is a word which is similar and then explain what I'm trying to tell.
that's what she did. But she would always be like, she would just say like a couple words that were similar, and it was fun. Like, you need to expand a little more on what you're trying to say. And then half the time we had to go to Google Translate because it was difficult. Because the other part was she then had to explain the word that she was thinking of in English, which is not her native language.
Yes.
It would have been easier if she could like describe the word in French.
I mean, the problem I have is more my vocabulary. It's even awful in my own language.
I have really good English vocabulary, but like really bad French. So yeah.
I mean, I tried German. Like, I had it for 2 years, and I still don't know anything about it.
See, I took German for... I used to be much better at German. I had a couple essays in German. But now I'm not. I couldn't write 2 sentences in German. I was in like middle school learning German, and I a lick of German. Couldn't write to you in German. Couldn't tell you what's happening in Germany. Like, my love for Germany fell apart when I met in Belgique, in Femme Belgique.
I have no idea what that actually is. Femme Belgique, or I don't know how to even pronounce it.
A Belgian woman.
Are you streaming? Just want to check. Probably not now. You're streaming again.
Oh, okay. Looks interesting. Yeah. I want this to sound weird. Like, Europe, like I want to meet people. Maybe you, but people like you, like I've met online some. So that I'm not going in there alone. Because people from America, people from my part of America don't usually like go to Europe. Only one person that I know is, and they're going to Germany, and it's next year, and I'm not going next year. One, because I'm broke, but 2, because I have sports.
A guy I met years ago on Discord. I even have plans on moving with him to Poland because of the housing market in my country. Prices are incredibly high, and it's really hard to get something. And as a student, like I'm luckily not. I luckily finished my study, but as a student, I was not able to afford my bills.
Yeah, she is lucky enough that her dad lives like. She has to get up really early, but she can get on the train and she can get to her school in time. And then I think this upcoming year she's starting university, and I think she's gonna live on campus. But she has no idea what she wants to study. She just knows it's free.
Oh, that's better. Like, the problem is with the higher education levels in my country is that you also have to borrow. So you either pay it out of pocket or you borrow it. And they are going to change it, but yeah, as of now you still have to borrow.
Is there scholarships?
Not sure what it's supposed to be or what it is.
It's so like, for example, you do like really well in high school, and you get money because you just did really well in your high school.
As far as I'm aware, we don't have that.
Yeah, and it's supposed to help pay for school, for college.
But on average, it's like 2,000 euros a year.
Oh, that's much cheaper than American schooling.
Yes.
Because
But that's
she got
without all the expenses for like living, groceries, insurance, just the study itself.
You need that in America too. Like it's like 43,000 is like just the school. That's not including where you're gonna live. That's not including your food. Like, you can obviously buy that, but it's not included in that initial cost.
And
it's mostly because homeschooling is reserved for smart and or rich people.
Homeschooling is not, actually. I learned that when I was younger. Sorry, buddy. It's not, because I got homeschooled for like. So I pretty much got really bullied in middle school, and I got homeschooled. And my family is not wealthy.
I'm sorry, I
spent 3 days.
I misspoke actually. I misspoke actually. Homeschooling only works if you're smart or rich. There you go.
Now that is true. Yes, homeschooling only works if you're smart or rich. See, if you're not, you that.
Yeah, if you're not
really
smart
wanna
or rich,
have a social life.
The thing is, the education system did not work for me when I went to public schools.
Public school bad.
It didn't work for me either, but it really doesn't work for me at home. What helped me out was sports. When I was finally allowed to play sports, my